hopefully. My OBS hasn't been great, but alright, there we go. Yeah, so I thought I'd do a stream on automation for the first time in a while. It's been a while. It's actually been like 2 months since I've streamed automation, so I figured it'd be a good time to go back and go back to the roots a little bit of the channel. Well, not really, but the roots of the success on the channel, perhaps. Hello to those who are joining. I hope the stream stays steady. The last time I streamed it was pretty good. This time it should be fine as well. I haven't really changed any settings, so we just have to hope. I was messing with this earlier, and I kind of made a little car to use as the thumbnail, but I'm gonna erase that. We'll just go ahead and, oh, come on. Yeah, so the stream is a little bit up and down, but hopefully it'll level itself out after a while. It seems to jump around a little bit, we'll say. And automation takes forever to load when you have like a trillion mods on it. Was this on the announcement page? No, I haven't announced it. I probably should though, while I'm thinking about it. Um, if somebody could post it in the Discord, that would be nice. Hey, I've been following you for a little while now, and I'm sure you're gonna get big. Keep up the good work. Thanks. I consider where I currently am to be pretty big, especially if you follow or if you've been following my channel for like a ridiculous amount of time, then you'll know that I used to play like Grid Autosport and the Grid games, and that used to be all I did. But I used to put up like a video a week minimum, and it took like 4 years to get here. So yeah, I consider it a blessing every day that I can sit down and make some YouTube videos, or at least in the evenings, because I still work full time. Wrong channel? You scared me. I was like, hold on a minute. Use cardboard for frame and chassis material. Unfortunately, it doesn't have cardboard. I'm just trying to find this thing. Where is it? I know it's in the older cars section. Oh, there it is, way down here. So we're gonna use this 1960 hatchback. Do you have plans for the King XR5 WRC? Uh-oh, rip, stream has died, hold up. And now it's back. Goodness, it's like up and down. Well, hopefully you get the gist of it. King XR5 WRC, I do want to make like a rally version of that car, but I don't know. I've got so many cars in my like backlog of cars to mess with. There's so many ideas for new things. So we're gonna go with a 60s hatchback because that's the smallest car I know of. It's 0.9 meters. It's not even a meter long. The thing is like micro. So I'm not totally new to making things as light as possible. I have tried it before. But what we're going to do, I've got it up in 2020. We're going to go carbon fiber, monocoque, carbon fiber again, because those are the lightest chassis materials. And then we're going to stick to a front engine. We'll mess with this and kind of see what it'll do. And then we'll try this out in beam as well. That's an important piece of this. Carbon ceramic brakes, yeah, that's correct. We'll probably be doing those. If you look at the suspension pieces, the lightest is McPherson strut, and then the other lightest is actually push rod for the back. And generally quality does lower weight. We will figure that out. Yeah, the stream is kind of stopping and then starting again. So I apologize. I'm really hoping it levels out. Usually, like in the past I've streamed before where in the first 10 minutes it was like up and down and up and down, and then after that it was fine. I'm really hoping that it doesn't completely die permanently. We can dream. I'm just going to refresh my page and see if that brings it back up for me. Yeah, okay, we're good here. Stream health says we're good, so that's fine. Alright, in order to be the lightest, we're going to have to go for the smallest possible engine and also the lightest material So the lightest material is magnesium, and the smallest possible engine is it's 300 cc's, which is extremely small. This stuff doesn't have weight, but I don't know. We'll have to see. It should be pretty easy to get to, like probably 200 kilos, which is quite light. We should be able to do a bit better than that, I hope. But I don't know. We'll just have to go through every piece and see what works. Lightweight titanium. We don't care about horsepower at all in this because we're just going for body weight, and we can actually shrink the engine size even more. So we're lowering the weight even more and increase the quality as well. Uh, yeah, if you refresh, it should be good. Yeah, i3 lightweight. It's dying. Yeah, I know. How did you get the mod tag to appear? Mine doesn't. What do you mean the mod tag? So mods in game will just default to the mod tag, if that's what you're talking about. So yeah, no turbos on this because it's got to be light, and I don't know which one's going to be lighter overall. We can actually check that. So the weight of all of these is 0. I don't know, direct injection maybe? Per cylinder is actually lighter. And then race intake has no weight at all to it, which is very odd. We can put ultimate gas in this tiny thing, so I figure we may as well do that. And let's see. Oh, okay, the tooltip just broke on there. Weight again is, I guess long tubular is the lightest. Bypass valves, I believe they have weight. We'll shrink the exhaust down, and we'll keep this down as well. And then less weight. Oh, it makes 10 horsepower. I guess that's something. Good morning. It's actually like 7:44 in the evening for me. And well, 7 is 19 if you use 24-hour time, like I usually do. It's going to be extremely small. It doesn't need an engine, but we have to put an engine in. So this is what it's going to get. The smallest possible 10 horsepower, tiniest lad ever. Look at how small it is. It's so small, it barely fits on the dyno. I don't think this thing could even turn the dyno. Yeah, okay, so that's that. It weighs 25 kilos, so that's very light. The engine is underpowered for the car's weight. Little do they know we're going to make this a lot worse. So we're going to go for the tiniest version of it. Oh, thank you for the donation, Arnold McHanson. I appreciate it. So we're gonna make this thing the smallest that it can possibly be, theoretically. Oh, what? What? Hold on. I did not know it could do that. Somehow you can give it small airplane wings, but we'll just put those away. We'll just pretend that those exist. When it comes to paint, I have no idea. We just won't touch that. And then fixtures, I don't care at this point. We're not going to bother with them. This is actually going to be a pretty quick build. 1 a.m. for you. Oh, 6:46. I mean, 6:46 when not used in 24-hour time can be, I'm assuming, the morning. This sounds... No, it's good. It's already really ridiculous, so don't worry about that. Nice graphics. What did you made to the game? I don't understand what you're trying to say. 11:45 in New Zealand. Considers Deluxo box had problems stopping the rear wheels were going in the air while stopping. Yeah, that's it, called an endo. This is not going to be able to stop. So we'll get there when we get there. Lightest possible gearbox is actually a manual gearbox, and then we're going for the lightest possible weight again, so 4-speed. Goodness, another donation. Thank you, Lunar Pitch Plays. I built this car and it had 65 horsepower, also HOI. Okay, I guess, well, I mean, we could get more power out of it, but we're really not going for power. I leave for dinner and I come back to a stream. Yeah, I kind of didn't announce this, so it's it's a surprise stream for all of those people. So we've got the lightest possible body that I can think of, but we're gonna try some other stuff too. I actually don't let me forget about this. Anybody who's watching the stream for a bit, because this build is gonna go quick. We're gonna be done this in like the next 10 minutes, probably. Um, but what I want to do after this is I want to take the Rhino body and I want to see how light we can get that, and then I'm gonna put the Rhino R engine into that, and then we're gonna try that and see what it's like. So that should be pretty fun as well. Sorry, just quick phone break for a second. Uh, Wide tires? No, we're going thin tires for this build. It's light enough to fly. It should have wings, let's be real. Um, okay, hold on a minute. So, when it comes to... Oh, wait a minute. The service in my room sucks, so whenever I send a message, it almost always comes back to me as not being sent. So we can do an LSD, and it weighs the same as open diff, so why would we not? And we'll go lower weight again. Okay, bets on how much this thing's gonna weigh. Under 200 or above 200? Let me know what you think. Let's go radials, and the weight of all of these is the same. I'm gonna make them as small as possible, like literally as small as they can possibly be. The tiniest train wheels of all time on there. I have a feeling that's probably not gonna work. It's literally a bicycle at this point. What will you name it? I guess it could be the Deluxo Box lightened version if you want. Although I believe that has a V6. Make the brake bad. Oh, and the person who mentioned mods, I don't have any visual mods. I'm running the game on high. Like that's it. Um, Open diff for extra speed, bicycle tires. Oh yeah. So people are saying 186, 195, 220, 232, under 200 kgs. Let's see. We're getting close to being done with it. No, I don't speak. Actually, that's not even true. 270 kgs, says Lunar Pitch Plays. Thank you again for the donation. It's basically... This thing is basically a bicycle at this point. It's got 10 horsepower. We need carbon fiber wheels, because of course we do. And we'll lower the weight on there again. One thing we can do to make it at least slightly more visible is we can increase the offset so the wheels stick out a bit. But now it looks like a tiny train car. It's got the smallest tires I've ever seen on an automation car. And I'm sure that you would feel the ride on that. There's not much wheel there. Okay, on to brakes. I second the paperweight. Oh yeah, no, it definitely is a paperweight. Deluxo Box Super Ligara or Ligira 270. Oh, did I read your message wrong? No, you said 247. Oh, whoops. Okay, I might have said 274. I am blind. Whoops. Okay, hold on. So the weight of the drums is, if you do drum SLS, it's 13.94 kilos. Solid discs at the lightest are 16, vented discs 14, carbon ceramic 12.9. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to shrink down the brake size as well. So it's going to be the tiniest carbon ceramic brakes possible, somehow hidden in there. It actually just looks like the disc brakes on a bike. I believe we have made a bike. Spacers add weight. Oh, they do? Okay, well, we'll test that. We'll test that. Call it the deluxe. Oh, yeah. The offset adds weight. Okay. We'll think about the offset then. I guess we could, why don't we try it with 60 offset, and then we'll come back and change that. Aerodynamics, of course, we're having none. Cooling flaps are weight, so goodbye. Cooling airflow, I'm almost tempted to just get rid of that entirely. Seats, down to... Here's a question then. It's the Bugo in a nutshell? I keep saying that in the Discord. Are the half seats, are two of them lighter than one full seat? Because that's something I'm not sure about. I guess we could... If we do a bench... Yeah, so we can actually see... Oh no, the half seats are much lighter. You can see... Wait a minute. 22.05. 31.05, so that's a bit more. and then 22.05. Oh, that half seat's actually way more. So it's one single seat that is lightest. That's good to know. Bugo Junior, quad bike, the cabinet, Cosmo closet. Oh, okay, it is basically a closet. Thank you for the donation, Steed. 99 cents. I appreciate it. Power steering is a no. Traction aids are a no. That's going all the way down. Same with that. We're getting close. Okay, here's where things get awkward because we need to pick a suspension. I'm just going to go standard stuff for now. And I guess passive. Okay, apparently it doesn't even drive. So there's probably not much point in bringing this to beam. One seat is lighter than two. Yeah, one seat is lighter than two half seats or space saver seats. Call it the not deluxo box. Okay, we're not gonna rip off consider that much. We'll do it a little bit, but not that much. Okay, race preset makes me question things even further, but I'm gonna leave that. Going for the lowest possible ride height, and the weight is going up as well. I believe somebody said before that this thing will just, like, the axles will just snap off if you import it to beam or export it to beam. So here we go. The load capacity is actually, it's 70 kgs, which is not much. Honestly, I don't think that that's enough for even my weight. So nobody can ride in this other than children. And it weighs 150 kilos. 150.3 kilos. That is, it's right down here, 150.3 kilos. Lower ride height doesn't really work. Did you listen to the voice vision you saw? What? What is this? This is the, like, smallest, lightest car I can think of, and it weighs 150 kilos at this point. So let's quickly test out that theory that offset makes it heavier. What in the world has happened to the rims? Okay. Offset makes it prettier. Oh, you're right. So offset does increase the weight of the car. It happens to weigh 142 kilos now. That is very light. And we absolutely are going to try it in beam. We'll have to see how this goes. It's only been, I mean, it's been less than 20 minutes. Make the sway bars 0 and drop the spacers. Yeah, I did drop the spacers. I guess I could make the sway bars 0. They're basically 0 already. Is that going to help it survive? That is unknown. So, 141. Oh, no sway bars actually does lower the weight. So that is 141 kilos. What about if we try different suspension? Let's try gas monotube. Same thing. Adaptive. Same thing. So it seems like these ones on the like the damper choice doesn't actually affect weight. So if we go active sway bars, that's not going to do anything because we don't have any sway bars to begin with. It is basically a Fisher-Price car. That is a good point. This is mildly cursed. Yeah, it is mildly cursed. This is a cursed build, no doubt about that. You know what? I like that Fisher-Price car comparison. Oh, look at the exhaust. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I just want to test. So it currently weighs 141 kilos. We're going to end the age-old debate right now that fixtures add weight. And we'll be doing that just by adding a really out-of-place exhaust piece that is absolutely going to be chrome. Just like this chrome exhaust on the back. And it still weighs the same, so that doesn't add weight. At least not in automation. It might in beam. Paperclip sway bars. I think we're, in general, just making this thing into a paperclip. Literally all of the pieces on it are extremely small. I don't think you'd really trust that steering shaft. Yeah, the wheels are, they're dually front wheels on there. I guess, you know what, out of out of curiosity, let's change the wheels. I've got a lot of wheel mods, so it takes forever to load them. Okay, there we go. Oh, so we can fix them by changing them to something else. But is that something we really want to do? I'm unsure. We could just have... Oh, that's even better. Just see-through wheels. Now it's actually a bike. Hold up. I think I have a few more options. Let's try... Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Okay, I'm going with the see-through wheels. I like that look. And then we'll check the weight again. 141. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Put a big wing on it. Should we send it? I think we should probably paint it before we send it. What color to paint it though? That's not bad actually. The first color I choose, I think it's gonna stay. And the trim, we'll just purple that up. Actually, you know what? We'll make it plasticky black, just like this. And then the wheels, it doesn't matter anyway because the wheels aren't existing, but it'll paint the insides black. And then the MISC, the brakes themselves will paint purple, even though the brake discs are so small you can't even see them. So if you thought it was cursed before, now it's the same color as the Dangan stance, so it is triple cursed at this point. But I think that's good. 141 kilos, 10 horsepower. Is it going to work? That is the real question here. Let's give it a name instead of Model 1. I think we're going to call it Fisher Price. And then bike. And the engine is going to be Tiny Lad. And we'll make the variant a 10.3 horsepower i3, just so I can keep track of what they are. My engine list is massive. Alright, let's export this thing to share, just in case I decide to share it with people, and then we'll export the actual car as well. Oh no, it's so low as well. This thing has got some stance to it. It's way too good. Let's just export that, and we'll see if it actually goes in Beam. I'm kind of excited actually. Banana peel? It kind of is a banana peel. It has no fixtures, so it exported into Steam with like no issues at all, which is nice. Pretty rare. Okay, let's exit out of automation, and I'm gonna open up Beam, and then yeah, we'll make a seamless transition here into the actual vehicle in Beam. Now the thing is, you can run both at the same time. You can run automation and Beam together, but doesn't really work for me. Just because I have 16 gigs of RAM, but I can't stream, play automation, and have tabs open at the same time. Like, it'll just crash. Oh yeah, no, this is the most cursed car I've ever made, I think. I believe that it has been cursed in many ways. Which one of you placed the curse on it? Okay, here we go. So back into... Actually, no. I'll just wait a second. I'm going to load it up in-game, try and act professional. I'm just going to go straight to the grid map because it runs well. Although I did forget to turn off shadows, so this may turn into a slideshow. Yeah. Welcome to slightly older, but still decent PC life. One thing is as well about the grid map is it doesn't take 4 years to load, but I find that like other maps definitely do, especially Italy. I don't know why, but it takes like 10 minutes to load sometimes. It's kind of nuts. You made the Eagle a little while ago. Yeah, I did the Turbo Eagle. That thing was cancerous as well. But honestly, this is like almost worse, just because it's so to start. Just the normal stuff. Make a semi-truck next, please. I could make a semi-truck. Um, Currently beam is... Oh no, it just loaded. Okay, we're good. It was just taking a while there. It just updated today, so I'm guessing they did a few things. Italy is a huge map. Yeah, it is. It has a lot of like little bits on it, and I think that's what makes it take so long. But I'm kind of doing this purposefully to hide the car that's coming um, for tomorrow, just so you don't see it. Uh, Alright, we're good to go. Let's go back into beamng.drive. There, that should hopefully work. Oh, rip, did the audio go down on the stream for a bit? It seems like the stream was going in and out for a second there again, as Beam is also going in and out. Okay, hold on. So there's a minor issue with this car. I think you're seeing what I'm seeing right now, which is good, but it doesn't load. So, it's right here, Fisher Price bike. This is it. And if I try to spawn it in, you'll see what happens in a second. It's loading, and I'm like, okay, it should work at this point, but it came up last time with a couple errors on the top left, so it seems like we're only going to be able to experience this thing in automation, which is unfortunate. It's too bad it doesn't even load in Beam. Audio went for about 15 seconds. Yikes. Unfortunate. You made an invisible boatmobile? It's literally like Wonder Woman's... Is it Wonder Woman who has an invisible plane? Or like a SpongeBob, the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? If it's invisible, it doesn't have weight. Yeah, I guess so. But right now it's crashing the game. Like, I'm looking at the same thing that you are, just the clock in the middle of the screen. I have no idea why it's not working, but it's just kind of sad. Looks like we might not be able to test this one in Beam. Oh man. Well, if I can get it to work at some point, I'll show you, but it's being refused by Beam. As Overlord says, it's so cursed that Beam decided that was it. It's like, nah, no thanks. Alright, I'm gonna close Beam before it actually dies, just because I'm afraid of what's to come here. Just die, Beam, just die. It's okay. You don't have to worry. I won't subject you to that, at least not for too much longer. And back to automation. There we go. I find that automation tends to mess up the window constantly, so we'll see what this will do. But that's unfortunate. The Fisher Price car doesn't actually work in game. Yeah, needless to say, I'm a little saddened by that. But it seems like we're good to go on automation end of things again. So you know what we're gonna do this time? So that time we made the Fisher Price thing, but this time I think it's time that we made it much, much worse. So what we're going to do is take something heavy, something that is supposed to be heavy, and try it as possible. In this case, let me see. Oh, never mind. Hold up. So we have, where's the Rhino on here? It is like way down. I'm making a full new version just because this is, I believe it's 70s. Okay, we have a while to go. Just a few, oh, there we go. So it's the 4.2 meter long version. And what we're gonna do is try and make this as light as possible, and then we'll drop the engine from the Rhino R into it, and we'll see what that'll do. So it's like the Rhino R, which weighs like 8,000 kilos, has 4,300 horsepower in combination with this. It's possibly stuck under the map. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't want to go, so I decided against trying to force it. I need to send you my Peel P50 car. Trust me, it's very, very bad. Did you turn shadows off? No, but that's not going to affect the loading in of cars. It just affects the frame rate when driving them. Raise the suspension a bit and it'll work? Probably. I guess we could try that. Couldn't be worse than the Deluxo box. I mean, the Deluxo box has illegally good eyelashes, though. I've said that before on a Consider video, but it's true. That thing is like a little bit too good. So much later, the old narrator got tired of waiting and had to hire a new one. Diet Carbon Rhino. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Alright, I think we're all caught up. Let's go ahead and, yeah, so this is kind of the exact opposite of what we just did. Oh, what? Okay. Does this body even work in 2020? Let me just reselect. Okay, we're good. But this is the exact opposite of what we just created. The last one was a extremely small car, and this one is an extremely heavy car. I just remembered, though, that I messed up the Rhino R's engine, and it no longer has as much horsepower as it did before, so I'm just regretting to inform you of that. Oh yeah, we decided that that was lightest, and that was lightest as well, and then I'm assuming quality there. Beam might have buried it to prevent damage to mankind. That's basically what happened. Beam was the only thing to stick a stake into it. Let's just go for the same i3 that we did last time, just as a quick engine to put in there, and then we might swap it. I just want to see how much the Rhino weighs at its core form, we'll say. I believe these were the specs we used last time. Yeah, just the smallest possible 200cc engine. Gonna possibly be powering the Rhino, we shall see. No turbos again. Injection. Alright. Ultimate gas. Like, that's not really gonna do anything. This is gonna have 10 horsepower again if automation remains consistent. And yep, 10 horsepower. Oh wait, we gotta lighten up that exhaust. 25 kilos. Probably the invisible rims crash beam. It's possible that the invisible rims did it. What about the engine from the Vomero 3.0? That's a good idea. Could probably do that. I'm pretty sure that has 2,900 horsepower. Make a new engine then. We could make a new engine. Reuse the engine you already made. Oh, I probably could have just done that, couldn't I? The thing is, though, and this is a mistake I made before, my engine pool is so ridiculous because of how many cars I've downloaded for showcases that it's really hard to find the engine that I want to use in there. It's got a couple hundred engines. I am needed in Don't Starve Together. Okay. 0 to 100 isn't even going to be possible. Yeah, probably not. For now, though, we'll skip all this back down to this stuff. So we can go front wheel drive, but that seems like an error. It's probably going to be lighter, though. So, oh no. Oh no, it's so small. Look at how the axles are huge coming out of it. What is this? Okay, hold on. Maybe my plan to make it have a ridiculous amount of horsepower was a mistake. Why don't we just try and do like this extremely small 10 horsepower i3 with the longest axles on this earth and see what that does. We'll go manual again for speed. Like, it's even gonna have estimated top speed is 55. That's 55 kilometers an hour. The game doesn't even go that low. We'll go electric LSD. It's not like it's actually going to be needed in this. We may come back and change this, we'll see. semi-slicks because we need that grip. Tiniest wheels possible. I'm talking the smallest possible wheels that you can put on this Rhino because weight reduction. I've actually demonstrated a few times in the past that oh no, that the Rhino can have like pretty crazy wheel sizes on there, and I think this is just further demonstrating that. Okay, so with our extremely small rims, that means more tire weight, but does that mean, because I'm increasing weight here and then this weight stays the same, I guess we'll have to mess with that and see. Oh, accidentally had to make the wheels a little bit bigger. Uh, I'm honestly concerned that it's gonna scrape on the ground once we load up the suspension. Okay, thank you for the donation, Billy Bob. I shall read what you've written. Bound externally to this flesh vessel, some may call it a temple, but those who know the cause can only see it as one of sorrow. I assume you're referencing the thing that we just made, the abomination that we just made. Okay, the game is complaining because it's only got 10 horsepower, but we'll come back to it. If you remember as well, the Rhino has issues with brakes. It doesn't want to stop most of the time, so that's not going to be helped at all by any of these modifications. Okay, if we go down, I believe we figured out that one seat is actually lighter. Oh, wow. Actually, in this case, it seems like, yeah, one seat is still lighter. It's just lighter by a very small amount. Put a 7-speed with really low spacing, it'll help. But that adds weight, though. We'll see. I might not stick with this engine. We might try to tune it. We'll see. Get the V2 working. Build larger rims. Get more profile to reduce tire width. Looks like the car I drove as a kid. What I'm going to do, SCOP, is I'm going to mess with tire sizes once we get this built completely. Anybody want to guess the weight of this before we keep going here? We'll have to... I'm going to go off-road. Oh, it actually looks like it may drive, which is a good sign. If we go for a race preset, it's extremely low. Oh no. We'll go active there and then race preset again. Sway bars are extremely tight. The ride height is as low as it gets. Let's see though. Wow, that sucks. Yep, make this from 1983. This is like a really big lawnmower. It kind of is. The wheels on there are actually very, very small. They do match the engine though. It's just the engine is also weirdly, this mod has like nothing here, so you can just see right in. The engine is extremely small. Okay, so people are bringing in the weights here. 3,100 kgs, 3K, 4K, 3.5 tons. You're going to have to switch that to tones for this to work. So that's going to be too much, I would think. 400 kgs, 4,500, 700. Alright, a lot of people in the 4,000 range. Put the quality trim down. Well, the thing is that the quality trim in a lot of cases actually lowers the weight. But we're about to find out. And it's 2,231 kilos, which is quite light, all things considered. That is very light for one of these. But 2,000 kilos is still a lot, so 10 horsepower isn't going to move it. Just as a test, let's go back to the wheels. I'm going to raise up the rim size to, let's say, the maximum size. And then we'll go back to here, and it weighs the same. Darn. I'm gonna guess that that would blow out. Probably would not work. So we can lower that down a little bit, but it's still gonna have massive 24-inch rims. This one is also cursed. Now this one is arguably just as cursed, maybe a little bit less. You can bring the weight down further by putting larger rims and bringing the width down. Yeah, the tire diameter is currently... Oh, there you go. That is That is a good point there, bringing the width of the wheels down. So we have to have a minimum of size, it seems to be 22, and then we can have lowest possible width. So this is also on train wheels, also with a bit of camber, which is slightly scary. The tires are blown out due to being overloaded, but the actual weight of it is 2216, so it really didn't lower it by that much. Where would the exhaust be? The exhaust is currently like way out the back. I mean, like way out the back. It goes all the way over here. But if we just add a fixture quickly, we can just make it just like a random pipe coming out of nowhere. Not that pipe though. Maybe this one. Okay, maybe not that one either. There we go. So the exhaust should, and it actually does, just map up there. So it's just got this side pipe, or this coming out of the top of the cab pipe. Makes perfect sense. There we go. So the weight is still 2216. Where, I guess you can color me purple. Yes, you were wrong. It is indeed a little bit less than what you had previously thought. About half as much. Billy Bob, thank you again for the donation. Again, your thing says, your plea to be spread, or I can't even read, can I? Didn't pass grade school. No, I'm just kidding. Your pleas to be spared are only met with the thunderous rage of those accosted, falling under their ears as does an ant scurry under the boot. Or falling upon their ears as does an ant scurry under the boot. Yeah, because I cannot read correctly today, or in general. So this is one of those ones that just straight up wouldn't drive. So we kind of actually, somehow we need to make the wheels smaller. So I want to just see if we can get rid of that air. Tires are blown out. Out of curiosity, let's see what these wheels will do. Tires have still blown out, so it seems to be a width issue rather than a actual like tire diameter issue. That's what I'm trying to say. 85 is just too small for this. So we figured out that the Rhino in its most basic case can go down to 2,216 kilos, which is still a lot. So what should we do now? Should we kind of ignore the wheels and then just kind of put a bigger engine into it? Because I feel like I thought that this would almost get lower than it has. It seems like I was hoping that it would be even smaller. What we can do though, again out of curiosity, I'm using the biggest form of the Rhino. What if we shrink it from 4.2 meters to 2.6? So it's just like a smaller, like a much smaller version now. And then everything here should stay the same. It currently weighs nothing because I have to like redo all this stuff, which is unfortunate. But the shorter version of the Rhino should theoretically be lighter. Oh, it's 4x4, that's not right. Manual, 4-speed, lowest, ooh, that's not good. Things are broken. Seems you can't shift. Yeah, it seems I can't do what I've been attempting to do with this and just switch bodies that easily. Okay, what's broken on it currently? Oh, 1,000 kilos. Ooh, the smaller version of the Rhino weighs half as much. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so we've got a mini Rhino now. This can be like a full-on Rhino Sport. And it's so much lower as well. Oh, this is way better. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Okay, hold on. We can actually make these even smaller too. 660. 1,072. No 100 in there. This is an actual train. The Rhino's younger brother than Nino uses 7-speed. I keep seeing you say that, but we're still kind of in the concept phase here. Put the tree turbo i4 in it. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I like that kind of thinking. Make a jelly car, or make it a jelly car. I'm surprised. I'm thinking now that I almost want to go for under 1,000. Can we do under 1,000 kilos with this? Is that even possible? I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything, especially with the recent changeover. Like, we're not going to get... The engine itself only weighs 25 kilos, so it's not going to... Even if we took that out, we still wouldn't go under. But yikes, that is extremely small. So I think the Rhino is painted a steel color. Why don't we paint this one on aluminum? Just because that just makes more sense for this. So we'll just go aluminum, and then the trim, aluminum, the wheels, not steel, aluminum, and then the brakes, aluminum. So it's the fully aluminum vehicle, although in reality it's carbon fiber. So adding a 7-speed gearbox will add 3 kilos. It's not that big a deal, but it's 3 kilos, okay? We gotta shed the weight on this thing. Nino R? Put less seats in it. Seats weigh a lot. The seats are down to 1. Look at the wheel size on this though. That's where I'm getting the train thing from. This is gotta be some of the smallest wheels. And I also can't make the rims any bigger, which is just sad. But the smaller version of the Rhino can weigh half as much, which is really good to know. That's something that I definitely am thinking about using in the future. And it's like a slammed version as well. It's shorter, but it's like slammed. It's perfect. Race preset. I guess we could do the thing with the sway bars again. We could just get rid of them. Have no sway bars. But I don't think that's actually going to benefit this in any way. Yeah, I mean, we lost weight, but it's just going to sway. Rhino Eco. Change the body quality. I think it changes the weight. Did I mess with the body quality at all? I think I might have. Oh, I didn't. Lower body quality. That's a good point. Yeah, we actually did lose 3 kilos there. If I go back to it and raise it up all the way, then it gains 6 kilos. So it's not a huge deal, but it's a small drop. So 1050. Check the sway bars. Yeah, I did. I lowered them down all the way. The lightest Rhino, wouldn't that be the opposite of a Rhino? Yeah, it's a lightweight eco Rhino, okay? It weighs 1/8 of as much as the heaviest one that I have, from what I remember. So it is slightly smaller, just a little bit. Make the P50 in the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm going to probably do that. I just need to, we'll take a picture of it before we finish with this. Actually, we can put them both in a scene, can't we? Have to teach me how to do that, though. I haven't done it before. Okay, this exhaust does not actually stick out of the body at all. It's the hidden exhaust, we'll say. Why is everything just getting one of these? I have no idea why, but I'll just make a tiny one. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want to do any like actual design stuff today. I'm just here to mess around. Make it out of cardboard. If only they let us make it out of cardboard, that would be pretty sweet. I wonder how it crashes if it still hits as hard. It probably still hits pretty hard. 1,000 kilos is a decent amount of weight, but also it's lowest body quality, so it's probably going to shatter. Okay, so we know that the lowest weight we can get to with this is 1,050 kilos. So what we're going to do, we're going to stop messing around totally. We're going to be a little bit serious for a second and then swap the engine for the Tree Turbo's engine. Actually, before I do that, I just want to make sure that I have that engine named so I can find it, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to find it and it's gonna take like 4 years to find it. So that's our masterpiece down there. And where did I put the tree turbo? Oh no. That must be pretty far up. It doesn't help that I forgot what it's called. But this will. There it is. Trees Turbo Stream. And it's the Tiny Toe Lad 190 horsepower. Okay, we can use that. So let's give that a try. We'll try and swap that into it, and we'll see how much different that makes. Put the Bugo engine in it. I mean, that's like a 3 times horsepower gain in this case. Almost as brittle as the steel on the Titanic. Ouch. That's too soon. No, I'm just kidding. It was like 1911 or something. Tiny Toe Lad. Yeah, that's what it is. The quality carbon fiber is basically cardboard. Yeah, it's basically cardboard, let's be real. It's paper. It's carbon fiber. Okay, what I'm gonna try and do is yikes. Let's how should we sort this so I can find it? I guess power, possibly. Expand this out so we can see what kind of power numbers. So there is an engine in here that makes 1 horsepower, but obviously we'll ignore that. We need to get up to the 190s or so. And just to give you an idea of how many engines I have, just look at this for a second. Oh yeah, it's still going. We're into the 400s, and down here at 3500. It's there are just a few engines in here. Just a few. So we should be able to find the Tiny Toe Lad, and it is right here, so we'll swap that in. 2010 i4. This should be able to make a good amount of power, and I'm not going to mess with it at all because I don't want to break the Tree Turbo Stream car because it was actually decent, unlike this one. So we have that in, we'll save it, and we've increased by 212. So that engine does weigh quite a bit more. Schools for learning? Yeah, I've been out of school for a while. I am old. King MP 900? Goodness. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do, because the tires are blown out, we can't run on these tiny wheels anymore. We must go a little bit bigger. And keep in mind, it's still front-wheel drive, so the axles are very awkwardly placed. Okay, let's increase the wheel size until it stops complaining. I do not want to have the tires blow out instantly. Still blowing out. Come on, game. Still blowing out. Oh, okay. We'll lower down the rim size, perhaps. Still blowing out. Seems like you actually need to put wheels on the car to make it drivable. Okay, that's gonna work. We'll be able to drive with those. Just quickly though, I don't want to do too much in terms of fixtures today, but I am gonna add, what is this? Is this just a stack? Oh, hold on a minute. I guess we're gonna have to put a stack on it, aren't we? Just one stack for you, and we'll put it right there. It's probably for the semi-trucks, but it's kind of funny, so we'll put it on there. Okay, it is really not wanting to snap into a good position though. And we'll make it, oh wow, that's really awkward. Okay, whatever. That works. So it's got a stack, but it's also extremely low. And that's probably, yeah, it's almost 1,300 kilos. So it's still very light, but it does indeed have 190 horsepower, and it can probably tow a decent amount too. Why don't we go back to Beam then? We'll spend a bit of time just messing with this, and then I guess one more small build today, perhaps? I don't want to go too long. Still have to go to work tomorrow. But this is the mini Rhino stream build. Mini Rhino stream build. That should work. Dun da da. Yeah, okay, let's export this one for sharing as well. Then we'll give it a go. And then I think actually before we go too far, let's take a picture in automation of these two, because I do not want to forget to do that, because I'm not going to be able to take both of them in Beam, as we found out. It's obviously not going to work. Nice. Okay, so that's done. It's really quick to export cars with no fixtures. I like it. Dull stacks. Yeah, we've kind of gone for the shiny stacks, which, look at how far the picture is away of this thing. Why? You should make a semi-truck in this stream. I don't think I'm going to make one this stream. I'm kind of saving that for an actual video, but I will do it eventually. I can promise you that. Eventually, though. Okay, so let's, it looks like it's cream colored with the aluminum. Oh no. Looks like we've gone for the old Cadillac. Let's change the level though. Oh boy. Okay, I have a few mods that will change levels, but we can always go... The sea of information doesn't really fit this. Maybe... I don't know, this one? We'll see what this does. The Comatrismo 1000 is the greatest car ever made. You know, I have a hard time disagreeing with that. Okay, hold on. Hold up, game. Why the heck is it so dark? Oh, it seems like we're going to have to adjust the level settings just a little bit, because this one is extremely dark. Camera settings. Focus on the car, please. Post-processing. I did not want to spend too much time. Actually, you know what? This level kind of doesn't work for what I'm going for. Let's just go to the 2010 design room, or the Dutch Underground, or Midair as we were for a second there. Okay, I just broke it. I just broke it. Showroom floor. This is perfect. So we'll have this, and we'll spawn another car. We're gonna spawn the Fisher-Price abomination of doom here, and then we'll put... Oh. What the heck? Okay, it's jumping around just a little bit, but what on this earth? Admittedly, I don't use this photo thing too often. I usually just take my thumbnail pictures in, like actually in Beam, but you're getting to see it live today. The cars keep disappearing though. Oh, that's almost perfect. Why is it in the air? The cursed cars remain cursed in every aspect. Where the heck did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. I was worried there for a sec that it pinged off into the abyss. It's honestly a really good possibility with this car that it will just die or go out and run over some people. I mean, assuming it can drive, at least. Okay, we'll just leave it there because apparently it doesn't want to... It's a little bit too afraid to go anywhere else. And... just like that. Camera settings, focus, and make sure it's framed properly. Boom. 4K screenshot. Okay, let's try out the Rhino and Beam, and then we'll see what that thing will actually look like. Again, I'm a little afraid of what it's gonna do. But it should drive. It actually has an engine that works, but also we didn't tune the suspension or drivetrain at all, so it's still a 4-speed manual. Now that I thought about that, I am even more worried. It's gonna be great. Okay, quick water break. Okay, I think the stream might have just DC'd for a second, but we should be back. Seems like every time something heavy loads on my computer, the stream DCs, but I think we're good. Let's try out the new and improved Rhino with its extremely bad gearbox, as you'll soon see. Yeah, okay, we're good. So it's on, and it actually loaded into the game, so that's 2 good first steps. But immediately the axles break as soon as you drive. Yeah, the stream really does die when I load beam. And I'm already seeing some unfortunate symptoms with this of the previous build, that being it doesn't have any sway bars, and it's also front wheel drive with a lot more torque than it was intended to have. So it's kind of just braking. I mean, we can try and go slow, but as you can see, it's immediately having issues. And also, oh goodness, it's really weak. Goodness. The front wheel drive is actually not too bad because you can just pull yourself around like this. We don't even need a back axle, we'll just scrape the thing on the ground. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so things I should have done before exporting it that I kind of forgot to do. Fix the gear ratios for one and the top speed. Right now it's like extremely torquey and it's breaking the axles, so I should have added sway bars. You have a great idea for my next car? Body typed at max. Cosmo Thunder. Okay. It moves. It does indeed move, but it's like, it's suffering. And I'm also getting a call. Well, I'll just ignore that. Yeah, it needs sway bars pretty badly. It unfortunately has none right now. It really needs them in the front, but the stance is quite incredible. I guess we could go back and fix it, but it's also kind of quirky and kind of fun. I'm glad I didn't put a hitch on it because it's probably not going to be able to tow anything. But it's kind of sad that the top speed is like 80, but then it's also hampered by the fact that the wheels are snow plowing and the engine is like, no, 4 speeds is not enough. It needs more speeds. The handbrake doesn't really work either. I guess that's because there's like nothing in the back. Build a 1-to-1 car. Yeah, so like a Koenigsegg 1-to-1 type thing. Ricer Stange Hummer H1. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what this is. 7 speed. It needs 7 speeds. It needs sway bars. What else does it need? A trailer hitch probably. I guess we can do that really quick and just bring it back in. We can't let it die like this, can we? Maybe instead of making something else, we'll just quickly fix this one, and then I'll have to load up beam again. Alright, let's do that. So I'm going to quickly switch back into automation, and then I'm going to fix those issues, and then we'll quickly switch back again into beam, and hopefully it'll actually drive. But we'll set up the drivetrain properly so it's actually like movable, at least somewhat. 5-speed Bugo 1-to-1? That's a dangerous proposition. I don't think the front control arms exist, to be honest, in this case. Oh, come on, automation, you can do this. There we go. I'm always concerned when loading up these games, because sometimes it's like, it does not want to work. Alright, we're going back to the mini Rhino right here. We gotta fix it. We just have to. It needs a little bit of love. I forgot to touch the gear ratios and stuff. And also, before we go too far, I just want to add a trailer hitch to it. That was 1 tab too high. Just because I want to try and pull something, I will see if I can manage it. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, trailer hitches. Oh, wait. They have their own tab now. Totally forgot about that. And boom. So it has a hitch. Its hitch is going to be real low on there. Okay, first things first. This is just not going to work. It has a much higher top speed now. So we will increase the top speed from what it used to be to hopefully that. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe not. Let's do 7-speed manual. It does not want to get up to... What the heck? I just got that error where it's like, we're gonna have to switch back to rear wheel drive, and we'll hopefully be able to get this to work. It does actually have wheel spin issues, which is very odd, but it should theoretically work with this. We'll just make that spacing a little lower, actually. That should help with torque. There we go, just like that. So theoretically this should work. Obviously we've increased our weight quite a bit by doing that, and also the brakes are not even existent, so I think what I'm going to do is just increase the size of these a little bit just so it stops, and then if it stops then we'll be okay. But yeah, it doesn't really add that much when you increase the brake size. I was just doing that for the purpose of the build. So I think we're good now. Did I miss anything? Oh, stance. Yeah, okay, we have sway bars again. That's a good sign. So it shouldn't destroy itself. It's already as low as it gets. I don't want to stance it too much because I want to try it and try and pull a trailer with it. Hold on a minute. So I missed a bunch of the chat, sorry. Who would win, Comet Turismo or the Bugo 1 horsepower car? I think 1 horsepower would probably lose because the Comet Turismo actually does move. So yeah, you need at least like 5 horsepower to beat the Comet Turismo. What maximum lift would maximum lift reduce weight with a backward spoiler? I mean, somebody's thinking a little bit too deeply here. Have you ever thought about doing a dedicated drift car? Would look cool with turbos sticking out of the hood. That would be cool. I could try that. I'm not great at drifting, but I could try it. Bugo time attack car needs axles made of titanium. It kind of does. While I'm thinking about that, let's increase the body quality to 0 because I know that barely adds any weight, and hopefully that'll make it not explode too quickly. 4x4? No, we're going rear wheel drive this time, so it actually moves. The wheel spin chart is not 100% accurate. No, it's not. None of the charts really are. I'm going by this 0.1% wheel spin. So it's got like the smallest amount of wheel spin possible. So let's export this again. Save over that and export this. And we'll see if this one is any better than the previous one. Probably will be, but you never know. It might still be broken. It may still just not work. Okay, let's switch back over. Stream might glitch for a bit because it tends to do that whenever I open up Beam. Yeah, let's see here. So it's going steady, and then... Oh, that was good actually, it didn't break. A bonus. Just gotta switch everything over, and then I'm gonna quickly load up the grid map once again. The grid map is pretty much perfect for streams because I don't have to mess with settings. Make a Silverado as your way. Yeah, not gonna be doing that today. Grills set to empty would be immense weight reduction because it's just cut out holes. I mean, you can imagine that kind of stuff, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll calculate it. Alright, there it is. Drift Bugo squad. Oh, it automatically shattered itself again. But this time it's rear wheel drive. So it's actually got a diff in the back, which is a good sign. It is push rod, which is not usual for something this massive, but it does still only weigh under 1400 kilos. I think it's like 1350, something like that. So it's not bad in terms of speed. Let's give it a go and see if it shatters itself again. And okay, it does. It does shatter itself. Not as bad though. It actually does move. Oh, this isn't bad at all, actually. I think this might actually be lighter than the tree turbo. Ooh, it can almost... Oh, the front axle. Okay. I'm immediately noticing a small issue. It seems like the front wheels have detached again. So it seems like that's just a bad choice of suspension. Going double wishbone on the front isn't going to work for this body. It is a mod body, so I guess that is... yeah, like, look, it's kind of towed in. Like, it really shouldn't be like that. It's definitely broken. Oh, but it does drive, which is good. It's not going to take bumps well. And it also is just completely see-through on the bottom. And now the back wheels are broken. Everything I make is a disaster at some point, but it's fun at the very least. I can safely say that this build is pretty disastrous, but it's also a lot of fun. You really want the drift car? This thing is literally made of paper. Its suspension is just made of paper. Hello to the person from Denmark. It was supposed to be the lowest weight car, but that was actually like 40 minutes ago when we made that, so now we're on to the lowest weight Rhino. The Rally Bugo, just remove the wing and have normal lights. Yeah, the Rally Bugo was not that great, just because of the front wheel drive, I think. Goodness. Yeah, leaf springs would work to fix this. Just a heavier duty suspension, something that can take more load, would be better. The push rods actually do work in the back, but the double wishbone does not work in the front at all, so we'd have to switch it. If we wanted to make a definitive version of this, that is. But, to be honest, I'm not too worried about it. It drives now, and that's all that matters. These fixtureless cars are kind of fun. It's fun just kind of designing stuff randomly. Try the lawnmower mod body. They literally weigh nothing. I guess we could try that, but I don't think I'm going to build anything else today. Just going to mess with what I've got. Oh, that was a slight disaster. I want to try something with this though, before we go too far. And yeah, I have done the lawnmower before. Somebody is correct in that way. The front wheels on this are just a disaster though. You have to spawn in correctly for them not to just insta-brake. Can we get a donk or a lowrider Bugo? We could. I may just have a stream at one point where I make like 5 versions of the Bugo, we'll see. Chop it? It's already been chopped. This thing is low. This is the lowest Rhino I've ever seen. Do you plan on making a Honda City-like car? I guess I could. More just like normal consumer cars, possibly. That is a potential, as always. Making the Dangan was a bit of an experience, so I could definitely go for some of that other stuff. The more simple ones, I mean. Try the door wedge. Okay, let's crash it and see what it does. We're not going to be able to get up a lot of speed, so it might not be too crazy, but we can try it. Imagine if you were sending this thing down the highway. It would probably just explode. Apparently it can do 200,000... I can't speak anymore, I'm losing it. But apparently it can do 200 kilometers an hour. But honestly, I do not think I'd trust it above 100. And even at 100, I probably wouldn't trust it. I don't think I'd want to drive at all, considering the state of the front axle. But you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. The engine that's in this is a pretty decent engine. Made it on stream before. That actually didn't do much damage. My goodness, it's still relatively straight, Let's pull it out. I'm just gonna turn off the engine. We'll just yank it out. Okay, maybe not. We'll increase the force to 100 and then yank it out. Yeah, that did not do much. It's still the same. It still drives as well. Oh, okay, maybe not for long. I actually kind of like this addition to the Rhino now that I've pulled out the side. It's not terrible. Oh, never mind. Maybe it is a little bit broken. Just a little bit. No, in the roof. Oh, you mean cut out the roof. I guess we could make it into a convertible using some of those mods. But, okay. Come on, you got this. Spring back to life now. I was trying to make one of those, like, single wheel at the back spinning cars, but only slightly got there. Would you try and make an AE86 with an i5? I guess I could do that. See, the problem with, like, these builds is I only make, like, 1 or 2 a week, and there are so many ideas, but I'm just kind of doing the ones that I think of the day of, or I plan it out slightly, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this week. Like, I think it was last week that I did WRC cars for 2 videos in a row, just because I was like, well, I may as well try something new. I was thinking as well F1 cars, but there isn't really open wheel stuff in this game. There's only one mod, and it doesn't work that well. We could try it, but yeah, maybe F1 again, or another racing series, we'll see. Or we could just do plain cars one week, I don't know. Always mix it up and try something new. It kind of does look like a milk truck, and it is also the same color as milk, so if you want some aluminum milk, then this is what you got. Make a 3-rotor? Yeah, there are no rotaries in this game, and I don't think there ever will be. Realistically speaking, of the dream list, probably superchargers, but I think that's even pushing it. I don't think the devs are really planning on doing stuff like that, but we'll see. Yikes. Even with just 0 body quality, this thing is strong. That took quite a hit right there. Goodness. I guess the rim is slightly damaged. But out of curiosity, before we do anything more, let's just see. I've got a bunch of regular Rhinos here. This is the Rhino Big. Actually, let's use that as an example. We'll just use the biggest version of the Rhino I've made versus the smallest. And you can see what this will look like. There's a small size difference between these. Oh goodness, come back to me, engine, let's go. I really should have put a bigger engine in this thing. It's not wanting to move. There we go. So this is the biggest version of the Rhino that I've made. And then this little thing here is the smallest version. Look at how much different they are in size. That is significant. My goodness, I did not realize it was that much different. Holy. It's like a toy car in comparison to this thing. What on earth? Okay, dropping it from above is just a recipe for death, but I want to just pull this up on the side of here, if I can. Why not a tuner bugo? Would be cool, like orange bugo, 100 horsepower spoiler, carbon fiber instead of plastic. I could try that. You guys have lots of suggestions today, so I am paying attention. I actually used to, back when my channel was a lot smaller, I used to just write down all the suggestions in a big list, and I tried to keep track of them, but these days I just can't, because people have so many. There's just too many suggestions for me to keep track of. I feel like we need to I would buy the game 2 more times if it meant getting rotary engines. See, I would pay for a rotary engine DLC as well. But again, I don't think the developers are actually going to do that. Too much effort for them, most likely. The stuff that they've been adding to the game recently has been mostly cosmetic and campaign related, so they might even be done with like engine style content and stuff, you never know. Okay, this Rhino is a disaster. It's the smallest possible Rhino. It is just terrible, but you know what? I've got something a lot cooler and a lot bigger to attempt to run over it with, so why don't we try that? This massive Rhino has got to be one of my like crowning jewels of just ridiculousness. You can see that it's got way too many fixtures, massive wheels, and just a slightly uptuned version of the V12 that's in the regular Rhino. So it's not even got that much power, but it's got enough, we'll say, just enough. Let's try and stop it because the brakes don't really work. We're going in low range. I'm locking both diffs. Let's attempt to run over this as we derail the stream slightly. So, oh yes, no problem at all. Okay, maybe some slight issues, but yeah, it pretty easily crushes this other Rhino, and for good reason. It's a little bit too big. So, wait, what? Oh no, Shiny Odd has come to the stream? Oh yeah, all these ideas. People like, hey, let's just throw on the biggest possible everything. I do have a car that's very much like one that he would make, which I'm not going to spawn in because I don't want to ruin all of your eyes. Wait. They commented to a comment on their 7-year-old supercharger teaser that once they have the campaign up and running, they would shift focus to revamping forced induction. Yeah, I did hear that. That'll be pretty sweet when they do it, because it would be great to be able to put single turbos or like sequential turbos on other engines instead of just having twin turbos for the V-shaped ones. And like there are engines that are V-shaped with single turbos. I don't know why they don't have that. The wheels are taller than the small Rhino. Yeah, they absolutely are. But you probably already figured out I'm not going to make anything else this stream. I'm just chatting now at this point. But I'm having fun doing it. Just messing around. A Rhino RTR. See, in like in RC cars, RTR is ready to run, and that's all I can think of when I see RTR. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. It's fun running over stuff as well. It's also fun to look at this creation and see like, yikes, this is a lot more detail than than this one here. It's cool to see something that's like, I made this, but it actually doesn't look terrible. At least in my opinion. Place one absolutely huge pop-up light in the middle of the hood. I've got some news for you. I just want to show you something real quick. Something that I made in the past that may burn out your eyes, but it also might not. It's this. You were wondering about large lights? You've come to the right place. Rhino Big is honestly sick. Yeah, thanks. I think it's one of my coolest like big creations. I really like the way that it looks. I just wish it drove a bit better. But that's pretty easy to fix. I might end up doing that and using it somewhere. Coupe Bugo. I guess we could do a Coupe Bugo. Take that massive Rhino to Italy sometime. If I could get Italy to load for a stream, then maybe. But it probably won't. Let's be honest. I tried to load Italy before for a video, and it just didn't load. It just crashed the game. I was like, well, okay. Never gonna use that again. Yeah, so this is a car that I made for a stream a long time ago. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's make something really stupid. And that's exactly what this is. So let's just put that away. I don't think we ever want to see that again. But the Rhino Big is still here, so why don't we just drive one of the heaviest things that I've made, and you can be deafened by its loud noises. Although hopefully not. Yeah, I don't actually want to deafen people, so if it's too loud, let me know. But I just want to try this on some of the off-road things just real quick, and then we'll end this off. Yo, Flux, you need to do 50 to 70s muscle car week. Okay. I guess I could try that. But this thing is so big, you know what I want to do? We're not going to go off-road, we'll go in the water. Because this is a pond thing, where you just gradually get deeper and deeper. And I've never been able to have something that is tall enough to like go full depth in this. But this might actually be tall enough. As you can see, it's already in the second depth and it's not touching the bottom. So third depth, oh no, third depth will flood it, darn. And then full depth, almost, almost lived. If it had a snorkel, it would probably live. Okay, let's just quickly shift back to this. I really want to try one more thing with it, and then we'll end this off. Prius Rhino, we could try and make a super fuel efficient version of the thing that is currently in the water over there. Although I don't know how that's going to go, to be honest. Where is it? Oh, did it? It might have timed out, or it's possibly out of view and I can't turn to go see it. Well, I'm saddened, but... Oh no, there it is. Yeah, you can still see it. I guess my draw distance is a little bit too low. And this thing is just destroying itself constantly, but I want to try and rev it up. And the engine immediately died. Okay, let's try that again. I want to rev it up and then drop it into first and see if we can drag race this just real quick. Okay, that was about as exciting as I thought it would be. Let's finish this off by driving it into the water. Yeah, that's about what I think of some of these current creations, my goodness. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. It was fun. And yeah, it was fun to just kind of stream some automation. First time I've been doing that in a while. And make some really weird stuff. Going for some of the lightest things possible. And then just kind of messing around at the end. That sounds like a good night to me. But yeah, that's going to be it for this. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to those who support me via the join button as well. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow actually. 12 o'clock EST. There's a video coming out which you might have got a bit of a preview for if you were looking carefully. But yeah, you'll see. Oh, one last question, okay? Send it. What is your question? I'll wait for it. Just a bit though, not too long. Let's see. I'm getting ready to switch it to yeah, thank you to everybody who came. It was a lot of fun to stream this. Oh, am I gonna miss this question due to impatience? Almost certainly. But it's cool to get to see the goodbyes. Usually I accidentally end the stream before they happen. You're gonna do a subscriber challenge thing? What? You should probably watch some of the past videos, because there's one ongoing right now. Join the Discord to find out more. But that is it. See you tomorrow.